perspective, and then partly from political perspective. I'm talking about the just concluded presidential debates between Donald Trump of Republican Party and Kamala Harris of Democrats, both contesting for the American number one seats. That is the presidential seats. Today, inshallah, we are going to have the debate dissected on so many areas of communication. And then before that, first, it should be from political perspective, because when you talk about presidential debates, what first comes to the mind of people is politics. Politics. Yes, it is political, but yet you can look at it from other perspective, like communication, like linguistics, like many others. That's why we are going to call a scholar, a commentator, or an analyst that has international repute, whose voice and even name and face are well known to viewers. I'm going to call him, but before then, my colleague Aisha Abganiyu, if she's ready, she's going to bring an entertainment part of the program that is upon. Are you ready, Aisha? If you are ready, please read the poem, and then we go ahead.
All right, good afternoon, our worthy listeners. Today we are going to recite a poem from Wish Society, and it's titled Muhammad Rasulullah, from the author named Afra, who refuses to expose her real identity. So it goes thus: Muhammad Rasulullah, the chosen one, guiding light for all under the sun. His words of wisdom brings peace and love to all who believe. A prophet of mercy, compassion, and grace, his teachings resonate in every place. In times of darkness, he showed the way to lead with kindness and humility each day. Muhammad Rasulullah, our prophet true, his examples inspires us to pursue justice, peace, and unity. In his name, we strive for harmony. His legacy lives on, forever bright, a beacon of hope in a world of plight. Muhammad Rasulullah, we honor thee, for in his guidance we find purity. And that's all for the poem today from the author named Afra.
Is this Afra a male or a female? Because the name sounds neutral. Well, that is very fantastic literary piece from Afra, who is from Wish Society. And now our guest, welcome on board. Our guest is also a known figure, especially when it comes to political commentary, diplomatic commentary, and he's now with me. His name is Umar Dandogo. Umar Dandogo is a former English tutor at Kempa English Academy, and now he's a diplomatic correspondent at here Hikima Radio, which means this program is like an in-house program.
Yes, of course. Malam Bello.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam. Welcome on board.
Thank you very much indeed for
Welcome on
finding
board.
me worthy to talk about the topic.
That's
I'm
good.
excited.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
sure.
That's good. So let's quickly call Dr. Sufi, and then we move ahead.
Yeah, sure.
My colleague is going to maybe bring the number to us, and then in the meantime, I will ask you my first question.
Okay, no problem.
You watched the just concluded presidential debates between
Very
the two
funny.
contenders.
Yeah.
Isn't
very,
it?
Very funny.
That's good. Funny?
Sure. Yeah, sure. Very
How-
funny.
how
Because
funny?
now there are lots of funny things. First of all, thank you very much. Good afternoon, listeners and viewers, and good afternoon, Malam Bello. It's a very funny debate. 90 minutes. 1 hour 30 minutes.
Wow.
Conducted by ABC. ABC is one of the biggest national television channels in the United States of America. When you're talking about TV channels, talking about the big ones, CNN, MSNBC, Fox.
Yes.
Even though Fox is more of they call it right wing, or they call it pro-Trump, pro-Republican
Wow.
TV channel.
Wow.
In the US,
Wow.
one interesting thing about the US media landscape is that
Yes.
some channels are liberal, others are conservative. Conservative in the sense that
Wow.
the conservative ones are pro-Republican, the party of Donald Trump,
I see.
while the liberal media are the ones like the CNN types, the MSNBC types, who are pro-Democrat. So,
Yes.
okay, this latest debate took place between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. It was organized by ABC. There were lots of funny things that happened. One of them is Donald Trump saying, referring to the Haitian immigrants as people who are eating pets.
Yes. Hold on. Hold on.
All right, we
Hello.
got Dr.
Hello,
Kabir Sufi.
doctor.
Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum
Wa
salam
alaikum
wa
salam,
rahmatullah.
sir. Welcome on board.
Thank you for having me on the program.
Thank you, sir. We want to start delving into the communication perspective of the interview or of the debate. But meanwhile, we would like you, sir, to tell us the political analysis of the debate in just a few minutes. But before you start, I would like to tell the audience a brief more about you. Even though you are a household name to those who are following politics in the local and international arena. Well, quickly, listeners, this is Dr. Kabir Sufi, who is a scholar, a senior lecturer at CAS Kano. His voice has been lending commentaries on local and international media, and he has been to many places, many countries on this course, and he watched the debate we are discussing about right now. And quickly, sir, we would like to have an analysis from the political perspective from you in just a few minutes, sir.
Yes. All right. You mean generally about the debate and its political impact, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. I think presidential debates in American politics has been very controversial issue. I mean, controversial in the sense that many people believe it is necessary, but then so many people are doubting its impact, so to speak. While on the other hand, there are the people that believe it's a deciding factor.
Wow.
And each of the two camps has its own points to portray their own case.
Yes, sir.
So this one, that the most recent one we had about with Kamala Harris and
yes,
Donald Trump,
yes,
is not an exception as to having these two camps of believing in the efficacy of the debates and otherwise.
yes.
So having said that, I think we can analyze the debate, this current debate maybe, and its political impact. But before then, let us see how did we come about having Donald Trump and Kamala Harris.
Yes.
While in June we have had a presidential debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump.
Exactly.
So it was a presidential debate that led to the maybe Joe Biden agreeing to the fact that maybe he could match up.
Okay.
It was the debate that exposed some weaknesses in the cognitive thinking of Joe Biden.
Yes.
So one cannot really rule out whether these debates are necessary and important or not.
Okay.
Especially looking at what happened in June, immediately after the debate, and of course the woeful, so to speak, performance of Joe Biden.
Okay.
It really led to, the outcry even within the Democrat camp.
Yes.
That really there are issues with cognitive ability of President Joe Biden.
Okay.
And within 48 hours, he had to give in and said that he's stepping down for his Vice President Kamala Harris. So you can see
yes.
how the debates can really make or mar
Exactly.
in
In American
politics, and especially
American
in
politics.
American politics.
Yes,
Yes.
American politics.
Having said that, it really catapulted Kamala Harris
On board.
suddenly.
Yes.
And she came to the limelight, and she and then what followed was, of course, another event that really pushed her to the limelight, and that is the Democratic National Convention,
Yes.
DNC,
Yes.
and of course her performance. So
Yes.
since coming onto the stage,
Yes.
polls, though polls many people believe are not really concrete pointers as to what is going to happen,
Yes.
but she has this thing going for her.
Yes,
that
sir.
the polls have been favoring her, and many people believe that what will really concretize her lead is the debate, when she has a debate with
Donald Trump.
the Republican candidate Donald Trump.
Yes, sir.
And so the debate came.
Yes.
So you can see people really were really working to see how the debate is going to play out,
I see.
and what is going to be their major policy thrusts,
I see.
and how those major policy thrusts will increase their acceptability or otherwise. And of course, it is generally believed when you see analysis after the debate, especially by ABC, poll by ABC, and of course analysis by ABC, Morning Joe, so many shows and journalists and analysts in America believe that Harris did well in the debate, and that her performance has really solidified her lead.
So, if we are to maybe mention a winner of the debate, you mean can we give it to Kamala Harris?
Yes, I think many analysts believe that she has won the debate. Okay. Many people said, even from the beginning, that she did something, because I know that you will make analysis on body language.
Exactly. That's my first question. My first question to him.
Yes, but I don't want to jump into that.
Yes, don't do that, sir.
Let me give you one of the analysts I watched on Morning Joe the next day, and he said that coming on stage, walking on to Donald Trump and introducing herself by mentioning her name has really, I gave her points ahead of him.
Exactly.
This is just a matter of, I know you will discuss all this.
Yes, I'm afraid, sir. That is how we can take from you.
Yes, but I said, let me just mention it. So, all the analysis I have watched and I have read after the debate have all pointed that Harris has really won the debate.
All right, thank you very much.
For the two, but for the two of them, let's talk about one thing maybe quickly.
Yes, maybe the last one, sir.
Yes, that is the fact that after the debate, the Pope was in Asia, was on an Asian tour.
Yes.
And after finishing his Asian tour, he was there when the debate held.
Yes.
And he was on his way back to Rome, and he was confronted in the airport.
Wow.
And he was asked about the presidential debate.
Yes.
And probably people wanted to know, maybe having watched the debate, whether he has made up his mind about any of the two candidates.
Yes.
And he, without mentioning names,
he
just mentioned fundamental flaws in their own policies.
Yes.
And he said he will advise Americans to vote for a lesser evil. He said, one, there is one whose major policy thrust is to throw out immigrants, which he believed was inhumane in his own words.
That is Trump. That is Trump.
Wants to throw out immigrants and wants to get them out of the country at any cost is inhumane. And then on the other hand, he also criticized, without mentioning names, he criticized Harris for her stand on abortion rights. And he said that that is also, killing human beings. So he now said that he will not tell Catholics in America not to vote, but he will tell them to vote, but to vote for a lesser evil. It means that generally one can say that apart from maybe bringing out their major policy threats, but it has also made them gain and also lost some support. Polls generally have shown that Harris has maintained.
Thank you very much, sir.
And is also continuously leading.
Yes, I see. Thank you very much, sir, for your input. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, Malam, my first question.
Dr. Kabir Said Sufi, we
yes,
are really
this has
grateful.
been Dr. Kabir Said Sufi, a political analyst who has just shared with us his analysis on the recent
Yeah,
debate that
sure.
occurred between some figures
Yeah.
vying for
You know,
the American president.
I like Dr.
presidential
Kabiru Said
seat.
Sufi's analysis. Of course,
Yes,
we've
yes.
been talking a
It has
lot
been
to
very
him.
apt.
Yeah,
very
we have
apt,
been talking
very
to him
apt.
a lot about the American politics here on my show. Take
Yes.
him out on the week.
Before
So
we go
let's
on
dive in.
a short break,
Yeah.
I would like you to give us an analysis
Yeah.
about the use of body language
Mm.
and facial expressions between the two debaters.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Make some analysis quickly. Please.
Okay, briefly, this is
Yes.
very important. Dr. Kabiru Said Sufi started by talking about this, them going on the stage
Yes.
to do the usual formal handshake.
Handshaking.
Okay,
Yes.
who appeared first? Who extended the hand first? That's an important issue. Of course, he said it, and that's what happened. She went right where he was. Some others were saying that no, he was like reluctant. He didn't want to move forward to greet her, and that signifies something. But she walked up to him, up to his podium, extended her hand to him, and there's a distance. He was like, look at me.
Yes.
His hand was much closer to his body,
Exactly.
while hers was very far from her body,
I see.
closer to his body,
Yes.
extending the hands.
Yes.
And Al Jazeera, there's one program on Al Jazeera called The Listening Post.
Yes.
They showed the picture of the hands
Wow.
as they were shaking.
Wow. At close range.
Very close range.
Wow.
Hers was a little bit on top of his.
Wow.
Even though it's not like, let me show you this. It's not like this.
Yes.
Give me your hand. It's not like this.
Yes.
Okay, because this one signifies something.
Yes.
As we know in a book called The Definitive Book of Body Language,
yes,
written by Alan and Barbara,
and how to read a parcel like a book.
So
also,
they
talked about handshaking extensively.
When you put your hand on top of the other person's hand,
yes,
it shows you are on top of that person. You are more important.
Wow.
You have this kind of importance and
impression.
Yeah, of course, over or superiority over that person.
Yes.
So she did it, but not like in that manner. A little bit tilted
in between.
But then hers is on top of his.
This is on body language. What of facial expressions?
Well, if you can remember the time when Donald Trump was referring to the Haitian immigrants as eating dogs and cats, and he said pets.
Yes.
She smiled. She giggled at him. The facial expression shows that, okay, Kamala Harris was in total disapproval of the thing that Donald Trump said. And it was a false. It was lie. It was a blunt lie, blatant lie. Everybody knows. Because the ABC moderator cautioned Trump and he said that there was no evidence proving or vindicating your assertion.
Yes.
And Donald Trump was like, okay, he's a debater. He's
exactly.
Yeah, he's very good at arguments.
Okay, what of vocal variety? The pace of their voice, the modulation, what of that?
Well, I like Donald Trump's speech. The way Trump speaks English is fascinating to me.
Wow.
Like him or not, he has a unique way of speaking English. Listen, there's one part he's referring to the West Virginia governor.
Yes.
There's no West Virginia governor.
Okay.
Just Virginia governor.
Okay.
He said, and I quote, the West Virginia governor, the previous one, not the current one.
Yes.
Okay.
He was emphasizing on that.
Yeah. And he said the West Virginia governor, the one before. Look at this English. He should have just said former West Virginia governor, whether or not it's a reality.
Yes.
He should have just said former West Virginia governor.
Yes.
But look at three expressions. Okay. West Virginia, a former West Virginia governor, not the current one, but the former one, the one before. One expression.
Are you telling me that he was nervous?
Okay, no.
This could be a result of nervousness.
No. Donald Trump, this is what he has been doing for long.
But notwithstanding, nervousness, if I may quote Cicero, who said about 2,000 years ago that all great speeches in the world are marked by nervousness.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody is nervous. Even your favorite public speaker
Obama, I know.
Okay, the thing is that he has this unique way of speaking English. Emphasis. He wants you to know that what I'm telling you is the truth, even though he makes a lot of false statements. He lies a lot. There was a time when Washington Post and CNN lost count of the number of lies that he mentions or he makes or he tells on Twitter. So for emphasis.
Yes.
For emphasis. He can tell you that nobody knows, while a lot of people know.
No.
Nobody knows. He will tell you that, okay, this guy, Abraham Lincoln was a Republican U.S. president.
Yes.
A lot of people know that, but he said
Yes.
nobody knows that.
Yes.
Okay, something like that. He wants you to know that, okay, he knows everything.
Coming to the
while he
last
doesn't know.
question, analyze their opening and closing remarks, please.
Well, normally, naturally, when it comes to debates,
Yes.
what we want is that the debaters are expected to express their own opinions, not opinions, their own policies on how to, whether the policies are foreign or domestic.
Yes.
The campaign promises, that is where normally you get to sway or swing the voters, because in America they have what you call swing states that
see.
are neither Republican nor Democrat. They are in between. They are on the fence.
Who made such remark between the two?
So what I want you to
Kamala
understand,
or
no, what I want
Trump?
you to understand is that I'm not here to pass judgment and say that, okay, who is better than who. But what happened is that they tried to appeal to their voters based on their own sentiments, because Trump is Republican, right wing, she is left wing. What happens is that whatever she said at that time would be in tandem with, do you understand, their own
Yes.
ideology and that. And finally, Kamala Harris's camp believed that she had won the debate, while Donald Trump's camp believed that he had won the debate, or there was an injustice, it was unfair, he was unfairly treated because he was seriously grilled by the moderators much more than much more than Kamala Harris.
You mean
And
they were partial?
Well, I wouldn't say that, because it's very complicated. Trump lies, and as a journalist, if somebody lies on camera, you need to
corner him.
Yeah, you need to look at them, look them
him.
in the eye and tell them that this is a lie. This is the kind of journalism obtainable in the United States of America. A journalist can look at a politician and say, you are lying. And we don't have this in Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Malan Ndogo. I'm afraid listeners out there, this is how we can share with you on the analysis from the political and from the communication perspective on the just concluded presidential debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. I hope you have enjoyed this program, and I hope, inshallah, next week you will join us for another fresh program. I remain yours sincerely, Bello Sagir Imam from Domain Leadership Academy. Thank you very much. Thank you, Malan Awal King Abdulaziz.